Hi and welcome to the RGL Forza Championships, and we are here at the Silverstone National Circuit for the Mini Cooper Challenge for race 11, round 6. And this stage it seems the championship is all but sorted, with Eskimo Sammy Joe well in the lead, about 70-point buffer there to Zulu in second, and nothing short of a disaster would prevent Eskimo Sammy Joe from taking out the championship. So let's have a look at the lineup after qualifying. And Relentless back in form with the Mini Coopers. He did post one of the faster times in practice and has delivered when it counts in qualifying, so he'll head the grid in first position. Eskimo Sammy Joe will lead the Start Your Bastard Racing team from second place. Blogsy 360 in third, and for Ironman Racing, Rob 360 XBX who's in fourth. And Zulu and Ollie for Mini-Me Racing, they had a bit of a battle themselves, not quite on the pace, about a second behind the others, but very close between the two. And obviously we're missing the CDS Racing team once again for the final round. So we get started here. We got 7 laps ahead, and they're off to a pretty clean start. And it's always tricky heading around this right-hander Silverstone negotiating, but it looks like the drivers have done very well. They're very clean start. Relentless has sort of got a little bit of a gap. I'm on board here with Rob 360 XBX, and there was some issues with crossing that blend line while in racing. The stewards gave all drivers... Oh, Zulu trying to make a move on the inside there, bit of contact. And they're still driving down to the long back straight there. Looks like Rob 360's got a bit more of a run on him. And they'll sort of file in, so a bit of a gap back to fourth there. So I'm on board with Relentless here, just coming into the final 2 turns of the first lap. So in the blend line for the pit exit, stewards had asked the drivers not to cross that when on track actually racing, and I think most of the drivers forgot on the first one, so the stewards gave them a 1 lap leeway. So just about to complete the first lap, and Relentless leads, followed by, I believe that's Eskimo still. He managed to maintain second. Oh, Relentless, he's going to lose a bit of momentum here. And that is Eskimo Sammy Joe in second. He's going to make that pass. It's nice and easy, just not enough momentum after that loss of grip coming out of the first turn. And Blogsy 360 will be right up the back there. So just going back to Rob 360 XBX and Zulu from our helicopter camera. And Zulu's really keeping up with Rob here. It looks like they might have a decent battle on our hands with these two. And Ollie 9394, he's sort of dropped away just a little bit. And look at that there, Zulu's ranging right up on the back of Rob there. He's sort of approached that a little bit slow. And just going around one of the hardest turns, and it looks like Blogsy's actually managed to get in front of Relentless too. I just saw a glimpse of Relentless's car. And Zulu doesn't quite have enough momentum there to make a pass down the main straight. And by the look at it, both the Start Your Bastard Racing team drivers are in the pit. So Relentless now leads with Rob 360 in second, Zulu in third. And not sure if Ollie's pitted as well. Looks like he may have. So just on board here with Zulu in the Mini Cooper, John Works Mini Cooper. And pretty clean exit out of there. No, actually a bit of grass there. So still got the momentum up, and I think that's been one of the keys to winning the Mini Cooper races is just to keep a nice clean race and keep that momentum going, because there's not much in these cars. Once you make a mistake, it's very hard to peg back any time. So again, Rob 360 going a bit wide here. It's letting Zulu in a little bit. He's riding the curb, so he would have lost a little momentum, and Zulu's ducked into the pit lane too now. I think he feels he's starting to get slowed down a little bit there by Rob 360. And we're just on board with the Start Your Bastard Racing team, 1 and 2 at the moment. They should file out in front of Zulu as Zulu exits the pit lane. So Eskimo, the soon-to-be champion, and look, he's pretty much assuring himself of that. He would have to finish 4th and last in these two races in order to lose the championship to Zulu. So already well ahead here in first position, and as you can see, Zulu is coming behind both the Start Your Bastard Racing team drivers. He seems to have made a little bit of ground by the look of it, so it'll be interesting to see where he files out with Rob 360 and Relentless. And they will have to pit pretty soon. There's only a couple of laps left in the pit window, with lap 6 being the last one you want to enter. So one of the things that they changed for this last round was to take away the actual pit window and just make a mandatory pit stop only, provided you didn't pit on the very first lap. You had to complete at least 1 lap, and you don't finish the race in pit lane. So Rob 360 just keeping in touch with Relentless here. Coming around the last 2 corners, so these are probably the hardest corners of the track. If you take one a little bit too fast, it really slows you down, and trying to get back that momentum going through this long right-hander can really damage your lap time. So Relentless into the pit lane, Rob 360 is following him, so hopefully we'll get a view of the cars on track as well. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get that, just to see where... here we go. So Relentless in the pit lane, Rob 360 will come into vision in a few seconds, just here on your left. There he is, and the Start Your Bastard Racing team. Look at that, Blogsy's got a move on Eskimo Sammy Joe here as well. Just have a look up in your top right. Made the pass, and Sam will not fight too hard for that position. He knows he's playing it safe and making sure he comes out with a good result, and he's actually gone a bit wide too. And here's Relentless. He's actually managed to jump both of them and get back his first place. Blogsy really going for a deep dive. Oh, he's lost control. This is crazy stuff. Out into the sand. And I think there's actually been something else has happened as well, because Relentless is off, and I don't think there was contact from Blogsy 360. Oh, hopefully we'll get a replay there. That's really mixed it up a bit. So Blogsy managed to get into first place, and then almost managed to pass Relentless after he took it. So at the moment we've got Eskimo Sammy Joe back in the lead, and Zulu all over the back of Rob 360 XBX. He's trying to do everything he can to close the gap on Eskimo Sammy Joe, and that's not helping because the Start Your Bastard Racing champion is out in front. So all he can do is try and get back some places here. And Rob's gone a little bit wide here. I think he's going to lose momentum here. Zulu just a little bit of a tap, and he's got the run on him. I think Rob 360 XPX missed his gear change. Don't lose that much momentum that quickly, so maybe a little bit of a mistake there. And Eskimo Sammy Joe crossing the finish line in first place with 1 lap to go. Zulu following closely with Rob 360 in third, and Ollie 9394, haven't seen much of him. He's sort of fallen away from the group here, so he's about 7 or 8 seconds off the pace here. Here we go, replay. Hopefully this will explain what happened before. So this is on board Eskimo Sammy Joe. So, oh, that is a big hit. See this from in car, and he's gone in very hot there. I think Relentless had actually braked pretty heavily then. I think that might have been due to not knowing where Blogsy 360 went. Well, he would have heard his tyres screeching and waiting for an impact, and in the end it came from the other Start Your Bastard Racing Mini Cooper. But Eskimo Sammy Joe, while he wouldn't like the idea of moving into first position in this manner, he's going to take whatever comes his way because he wants to win this championship, and one way is to stay out there and collect some really good points. So the Mini Cooper champion, even if he comes last in the next race, he'll still win. So he's done everything he can, and finishing on a high so far with a win. Relentless coming in fourth, with Blogsy 365th, and Ollie 9394 coming in 6th place. I'll look forward to seeing you at race 12. Thank you for watching.